today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 803rd meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. Before we begin the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules that we follow throughout our Toastmasters meeting. Firstly, please switch off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode to ensure a noise-free meeting. Secondly, as Toastmasters, we do not talk about sex, religion or politics. So, kindly refrain from discussing these topics. Thirdly, please do not cross-talk. As everyone has a mission in life to achieve their goals, so does our Toastmasters Club. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience wherein members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, thereby resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be attentive throughout the meeting and support the speakers with warm smiles and applause. Let's have a great meeting. Now, I would like to introduce the presiding officer to whom I would like to hand over the stage. She is a dentist by profession. She also teaches dentistry and is a head of department in a private dental college. She has been a Toastmaster for the last 2 years and she is the president of our club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Pravda.
Thank you SAA Toastmaster Pramod for setting today's stage. Very good afternoon my dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome you all to Medley meeting. With the sound of this gavel, I declare Medley meeting number 803 open. I would like to recognize and welcome the dignitaries who have joined today's meeting. Distinguished Toastmaster B.N. Subramaniam, the Charter President of Medley Toastmasters Club. Distinguished Toastmaster Sundarraman Chintamani, past President of Medley Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Prasannavani, the immediate past President and the Area Director of C3. We also have few guests who have joined today's meeting, Mr. Bala Murugan, Mr. Uma Mahesh and Mr. Mehul. Any other guests? Kindly introduce yourself from that point. Okay, welcome to Medley. Yes. Sanjay Kumar. Welcome to Medley. Other guests?
I'm Mehul Saxena. I'm a college student first year BM.
How did you know about Medley?
My parents told me about
You stay in Maharashtra?
I live here, but my college is in Maharashtra, so I'm here on Diwali.
Okay, welcome to Medley. Yes.
Software developer. I wanted to improve my communication skills and leadership skills and public speaking skills also. So I researched what are the ways I can improve. I found Toastmasters is one of the best.
You are in the right place. Welcome. One more. Yes.
Myself, Uma Mahesh. I'm working in a medical coding company as a deputy manager. She is my colleague. With her reference, I'm attending athletics.
You're welcome. We are happy to announce that today we had the Area C3 contest and all the 4 contestants have bagged trophies in today's contest. The winner of the humorous speech contest is Toastmaster Bharat. And the second runner-up is Distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad. The winner of evaluation contest is Toastmaster Jayashree and the first runner-up is Toastmaster Jagat. We are also happy that Distinguished Toastmaster Sundarraman is the winner of the humorous speech contest of E4. Am I correct?
E5.
E5. Congratulations to all the winners. How many of you have visited Vedandangal? Vedandangal is India's one of the oldest bird sanctuary that is located close to Chennai. It is around 75 kilometers from Chennai where more than 40,000 birds with 26 very rare species of birds migrate from different parts of the world every year. Bird migration is considered as a wonder of the natural world, where more than 2,000 species of birds, they travel, they fly hundreds and thousands of kilometers to find out a suitable ecological habitat or a condition which is suitable for them to breed, to feed and bring up their young ones. During migration, especially the larger birds like geese, swans or ducks, they fly in a V-shaped formation. Many of you would have noticed and admire. There is a scientific reason behind that. As the birds fly in this V-shaped formation, it increases the range of flying of the birds by up to 70%. So as they flap their wings, they create and reduce the resistance of the air for the next bird to fly very easily. When any of these birds, they move out of this V formation, they feel the resistance of the air and they are pulled back into the V formation. This V formation not only helps them to easily fly, but also increases their visibility as they fly. The bird that leads the V formation is the one that has to work a lot, that has to drag more and spend more energy. Once it gets tired, it immediately rotates back and the next bird in the formation will take up its place. And the most amazing part of this bird migration is the route they follow. They do not change their route. Every year they follow the same route. And researchers find that there is some innate potential in the birds that has developed over a period of thousands of years, along with certain environmental factors like change in the daylight or change in the temperature that helps them to follow or navigate the route as they migrate from one place to another. There are lots of leadership lessons that we can learn from these birds' migration, and I would like to correlate the behavior aspect of these migratory birds to Toastmasters. For the newcomers and our guests, Toastmasters is an international non-profit educational organization that was founded 100 years before by a person called Dr. Ralph C. Medley. This was to enhance a person's communication skill and leadership skill. Like the migratory birds, even the members in the Toastmasters, they follow a same goal, a mission as said by our SAA, that is to empower every individual to become a better communicator and a leader. And they follow the core principles like integrity, service, respect and excellence. And they all move in the same direction that is enhanced more effectively by the momentum of staying in a group. That the path that is already laid by our past leaders. As they all stay, as the Toastmasters stay in a group, they form a community, and each and everyone have specific skills and capabilities that they present during their to reduce the load of the Toastmasters, as well as they also shine as leaders. So I would say that like Vedantangal, any Toastmaster club provides, especially Medley, provides a positive environment that serves to empower not only the individual to become a better communicator and leader, but also helps other members to become and to develop their personal growth. With these words, I would like to hand over the stage to a person who can lead this meeting forward. He is called the Toastmaster of the Day. Today, to do this role, we have a person who has a double degree, master degree, one in business administration and one in psychology. Presently, he is working as an assistant vice president of an Irish IT company. He is well known for his specific skills of thinking out of box in any roles that he do, especially as a VPPR the last term. And he actually empowered every member of Medley to become a better. Even I started doing some flyers. He's an inspiration for that. So please join me to welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan.
General Evaluator, for your generous introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Any Toastmasters meeting will have a TMOD, a Toastmaster of the day. The duty of the Toastmaster of the day is nothing but an MC of the meeting. And any meeting has three phases. One is prepared speech phases, where you will have prepared speeches who will come prepared with the speeches and deliver their speeches. And the second part is table topic speeches. Table topics is a copyright, a trademark of Toastmasters International. Table topics is nothing but impromptu speeches. For that we will be having a table topic master. And the third phase is most important phase in any Toastmasters meeting, that is evaluation. We will be having a general evaluator to conduct that evaluation process. And in any meeting, TMOD should come out with the theme of the day. So generally, just on Monday, my VP asked me whether you can take up the role of a TMOD. I thought it's very easy to find a theme of the day, because if you look into some things, you know will come out with some day, Doctor's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, something, so that I can choose a theme of the day. So I was casually looking for what can be the day that falls on Saturday or before that day. It's menopause day. என்னடா இது நமக்கு வந்த சோதனை. We thought then I was recently reading a book called written by Tim Browning, which talks about this vulnerability. In today's world, we are living in a world of conform and some kind of you want to confirm and shameness and comparing. All these things are there. And we always, when we want to strengthen ourselves, we try to add something, we try to strengthen ourselves. Why not? We think about vulnerability, embracing vulnerability. How to handle this vulnerability is very important thing. That was something that was written in that book. So I thought this is a need of the hour in today's world. So I come out with a theme of the day. Through the meeting here and there, I will sprinkle what I have learned from that book. So before that, let me call upon our general evaluator, today's general evaluator, and also on this meeting, you are going to talk, you are going to converse. What is the first movie by Shivaji Ganesan? Parashakti. And what is the sister's character of Shivaji Ganesan? Kalyani. Today's general evaluator is Kalyani. Let me invite our Toastmaster Kalyani on stage.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I am your general evaluator. As a general evaluator, I am here to evaluate the overall meeting, including how well it was conducted, the quality of the evaluations, and how we can continue to improve. I will also evaluate the different aspects such as transition, the use of time, and the atmosphere. Just like salt and pepper to a soup, which serve different purposes, I have two teams, quantitative team and the quantitative team. Quantitative team like timing, filler words, adherence to objectives, they are like pepper. They add sharpness and precision. Just as pepper adds a kick to the dish, quantitative feedback offers concrete measurable points that help us stay on track, like number of hours and the speech time limit. On the other hand, the qualitative aspects of evaluation, such as structure, creativity, delivery of speech, are like salt. Salt elevates and brings out the deeper flavors of food, just as qualitative feedback enhances the richness of a speaker's performance. So first, I would like to call upon the tag team timer. He is working as a national sales head in Nexus, whose favorite quote is, "There's no tomorrow." The timer runs, urging us to act now. Let's welcome Toastmaster Ali to tell about his time.
There's a saying by the Steve Jobs that the precious resource what we have is time. Let's value it. Good afternoon, Toastmaster and dear guests. Today I'm going to play as like a timer. When I was thinking about role play, I was assuming myself that what if time would have my own voice? What if it looked like me? So let's imagine. Hi, I am time. I'm not stopped for any speaker. I'm not biased for any speaker. Eventually, I want you to value me because not I'm going to pass. Today, I'm going to watch you. I make sure that all the speaker will speak in the allocated time with the help of these 3 cards. I will happy to crop this green card when the speaker will qualify the time, following with the yellow card when the speaker hit the target time, and also warn with the green card when the speaker reach the allocated time. Guys, don't worry, I will give you 30 seconds of grace time. Let's not take it seriously. Please note that table topic, I will allocate only 2 minutes of time. In the 2 minutes, within 1 minute, I will show again the green card. Following with the yellow card, I make sure that 1 minute 30 seconds over. And when I raise the in 2 minutes of time, I will raise the red card. For all the speeches, I make sure that it will be completed in 5 to 7 minutes of time. And when I raise the green card, I make sure that it is 5 minutes over. Following with that yellow card is 5 minutes, 30 seconds, 6 minutes. And when I raise the green card, it means 7 minutes over. Especially for the speech evaluation, will provide you 2 minutes of 30 seconds, 2 minutes to 3 minutes of time. When I raise the green card, it is 2 minutes over. Following with the yellow card, it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, and finally the red card is 3 minutes. There is no partiality for anybody. I make sure that they will also get 30 seconds of time. Please value me, because if you want me to see as a reporter, try to finish your speech in the allocated time. Otherwise, Pradeep will come and show the reports. Thank you. That's my imagination. Over to you.
Next we have our counter, who is our treasurer. She has a keen eye on the numbers, but today now she is going to have a keen eye on the words. Let's welcome Toastmaster Amrita to the role of our counter.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will be playing the role of the accountant. As the accountant, I will be looking for crutch words, filler words, and written words. Crutch words are like etc. Pause and filler words are well, and repetitive words like I, so, etc. The idea is to have a clean speech, and the idea is to not use any of these crutch and filler words so that everybody can have a better clean speech. I'll be giving my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. Next Toastmaster grammarian is Toastmaster Abhirami, who travels 800 kilometers. She's really amazing. She chooses carefully the words today to make her grammarian. Let's welcome Toastmaster Abhirami.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good afternoon. As a grammarian, today my role is to focus on the use of language throughout the meeting. I will be paying close attention to the words and phrases used by each speaker, noting any interesting, effective or incorrect usage of language. To enrich our vocabulary, I have chosen a word of the day for this meeting. Word of the day is interpret. Meaning fearless, adventurous, showing a willingness to take risk. Some examples. Her interpret spread allowed her to embrace vulnerability and connect with her audience on a deeper level. One more example, being intrepid in sharing personal stories can inspire others to open up and create a stronger impact. I encourage everyone to use word of the day as many times as possible during the meeting. At the end of the meeting, I will provide my report. Thank you.
I will be calling the qualitative team or evaluative team once the speech is over. Let me hand it over to Toastmaster today. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Now, as I said, let us get into the prepared speech session straight away. Today, our first speaker is going to be Toastmaster Harini. She is going to deliver her speech from motivational strategy. Before I call upon her on stage, let me call upon the evaluator of her speech, Toastmaster medium Sugandhi Peரியasamy, to describe.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan. Toastmaster Harini will be delivering the level 1 project B speech from the motivational strategies pathway. The project is writing a speech with a purpose. The objective of this project is for the speaker to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. All the best, Happy. Over to you, Toastmaster Vijay Rajan.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Before I invite Toastmaster Harini, let me give a small introduction about Toastmaster Harini. Today morning I asked her a brief introduction of 15 words. She sent a resume with 15 pages. She is basically a HR professional, and she is a mother of 2 kids, and her husband is working in IIT Madras as a professor. So today we are very eager to listen to your speech, Toastmaster Harini. When I asked her about vulnerability, what is the reason vulnerability that you have faced in your workplace, she said she has joined as a first-time manager, and she did not have a skill set on that particular domain, and she has to get the job from the person. She felt vulnerable on that she did not have the skill set, and she has to get the job done. So she was confident and intrepid and bold enough to say that what is the vulnerability that she had faced in her workplace. So that is the kind of bravery she has. Let me invite Toastmaster Harini on stage. Please come on stage. Toastmaster Harini, where is the real treasure hidden? Where is the real treasure hidden? Toastmaster Harini.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. Once there was a man who lived in poverty in a small village. He struggled every day to make ends meet. He took odd jobs and lived on a meager existence. For years, he believed that his life is never going to change and he has to suffer all his life. One day, while working in a field, he struck something hard in the ground. He was curious and he digged deep and he discovered an old box with a treasure map inside. The map clearly showed the way to a hidden treasure beyond the mountains. At first, he was filled with excitement. But soon, his excitement turned into a lot of doubts. Could this really be true? Is it worth giving a try? And he had endless doubts about his ability, how hard this journey is going to be. For days and days, he was indecisive. He considered the risk, the danger, and the long journey awaited. And all the more he was comfortable in what he knew about his life versus what is that journey that he is not even aware of. Finally, he took courage and he decided, okay, he is going to take up the journey. and he moved forward. He faced bad weather. He traveled rough paths, rough terrains, and he met with so many obstacles. He stumbled, he fell down, yet he took courage and finally one day he reached the destiny. After so much of hardship, he went to discover that there was no treasure. What he found there was a stone where a note read. There was something carved on the stone where it read, there was never a real treasure that is hidden here. The real treasure is what you have discovered within yourself during the journey. How many of you agree to this? This story is a reflection of our own lives. So the story, what it says is, often we see external achievements, validations, approvals, and what other people think of ourselves as is who we are. But the true power comes from within. The true power is the power of self. The power of self manifests through self-confidence, self-worth, self-compassion, self-esteem, and whatnot. This story is a mirror of how we take life as a journey. Real self-confidence is not about success. It's the first step that are you willing to take. It's a doubt you have about yourself. Are you trusting your own abilities? True self-confidence is like the man in the story who had doubt, will I be able to take up this journey? You trust your own ability and you just take the first step and you want to give it a try. That's self-confidence. Next, I want to talk about, it's not just about self-confidence that helped him move through the journey. It's about the self-worth that he decided not to settle for a life which is of scarcity, that he wants to settle something for less. Whereas he thought that he deserved more. He understood his value. He understood what he deserved, and he decided that let me pursue what is abundance and not what is of scarcity. So it's about knowing your own self-worth and not decide something out of desperation, whereas understand your own ability, understand your own potential and move forward. In this whole journey, what it is worth noting is he stumbled upon many times. He fell through a lot of difficulty, but he never looked back. He decided to go on and he didn't quit. That's because there were so many flaws. He embraced his own flaws. He embraced the difficulties. He accepted the challenges. That is called as self-love. You embrace what is going on. Though the journey was so difficult, it's part of the journey, and in our life we encounter many such situations where you encounter difficult moment and you accept that, which is considered to be self-love. The extension of self-love is self-compassion, where you try to be kind to yourself. And sometimes what happens, we are the harsh critic of ourselves. You criticize yourself, already there is a difficult moment and you put down yourself and we blame ourselves. So that is the worst thing that one can do to yourself. Self-love and self-compassion will help us navigate through the difficult moment of our life. So that is what the story is also telling about. Overall, the man realized that real treasure was not something material, but it's not what we achieve, it's who he became throughout the journey. So even our life is like that. It's not what you achieve, whereas it is how you transform to a better person throughout this journey. I ask each one of you to reflect every day. What is that one thing that you would like to improve upon yourself by unlocking the power of self? It could be setting a boundary or starting something new which you are hesitant about all these long, or accepting your own flaws and give that self-love and self-compassion to yourself. In closing, I would like to tell all of you that The power of self comes from within. Empower yourself and unlock endless possibilities of opportunity, abundance, and exploration that you can witness through the power of self. Are you all?
Thank you, Toastmaster Harini. Now a question. What is the metaphor treasure that Toastmaster Harini mentioned in her speech? Yes, we will ask questions.
What's the question again?
What does the treasure? She used the word treasure, that metaphor she has used. What is the treasure she means to say?
The journey.
What you become is the treasure. What you accumulate doesn't become a treasure. So that was a nice speech, Toastmaster Harini. Now the next speaker is Toastmaster Balaji. Toastmaster Balaji is a mechanical engineer. I wanted to know about him, so I called him and asked, tell me about your career. He said career. I thought he is correcting my pronunciation. Later I understood. He is saying that he is continuing his career with the Carrier AC company. So Toastmaster Balaji is going to deliver his speech. His speech project will be similar to the speech project of the previous one. So I'm not calling the evaluator. And when I asked him about his the area of vulnerability he has faced, he said public speaking itself is the vulnerable area which he is trying to overcome by Toastmaster journey. So I hope we will support his intrepid effort in overcoming the public speaking vulnerable area. I invite Toastmaster Balaji on stage.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Are you ready to hear my story on work-life balance?
Yes.
This story begins in year 2000 in the air conditioning industry with Voltas, where I started my career. My role includes handling of customer service and installation. In the early days, life was peaceful, work-life balance was perfect, because in those days, air conditioners were considered a luxury product. It is only used in high-end homes. As the years passed, the commercialization of cell phones and IT boom altered our lifestyle significantly. To expand the network coverage, mobile companies started installing towers across the country. These cell phone towers has a base station. This base station requires air conditioning to protect the sensitive electronic equipment, to provide seamless signal transmissions. These projects are executed in a simultaneous time across the locations with a very stringent timelines. On the other hand, IT boom facilitated disposable income. Now, air conditioners have become necessity rather than a luxury. So the increase in sales led to more installation calls, service calls. For an engineer like me, the work life has become stressful. We have been given phones, mobile phones, and expected to be available round the clock. This has resulted in stressful life, in sleepless nights, and untimed food habits. This relentless stress took a toll on my mental and physical health as well. So my friend suggested me to go for yoga or meditation to overcome stress. I was desperate for a change. So I reached out to my friend's uncle, Muthu Anna. So he's a research yogi. He tested my patience for 2 months before teaching anything. He used to call me to his home on a no moon day. So I will reschedule all my work and I'll go as per his time. So when I reach there, he will talk so many things about the world, but after completing everything, he will say, time is not good today, so you come for next quarter. So this lasted for next 2 months. And somehow he felt okay, convinced, and he taught me a technique on Raja Yoga, which requires stringent regulations like vegan diet, early morning practice. Practice starts at 4 o'clock. I diligently started practicing for some time, but my inner voice keep on asking me, "Nada, Sunday Rapuriya." So it was like I was scared. I stopped. I'm stressed at now both ends. In an unforeseen turn of event, I sought out an old supervisor, Mr. Balamurthy. He was known for his calmness. He used to teach me a lot. Despite my teaching, he came for my rescue. He introduced me to Dr. Ashok Kumar, a yoga therapist. I attended 2-day yoga camp. Though there were regulations in yoga asanas also, he assured me no compulsion. He also insisted that all the unwanted negative things will fade away with continued practice. He taught yoga at my pace. So I started practicing yoga. I felt practicing yoga was highly refreshing. His advice proved to be life-changing for me. Then, over a period of time, I became successful in overcoming the stress and managing the stress effectively. I've understood the realities of life and focus my targets or focus my efforts on the things which I can change and letting go of things beyond my control. Today, we all used to live with phones. We are all prepared to do around the clock work. But think of a situation 22 years back. It was a transition period. Only with the help of yoga, I live in alignment. This journey from unrest to harmony underscores significant impact of yoga on managing stress. So I encourage everyone to seek out for an appropriate guidance to manage and overcome stress and lead a healthy, stressful life, stressless life. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji. In his speech, when he was stressed out, he reached out to someone. Who is that someone he reached out to? Muthu, correct. Actually, this is something which was discussed in that book written by Brain Brown. That is, in today's world, we are ashamed to reach out. When we are in trouble, we feel that, it's a little bit ashamed to ask someone, to ask help for someone. I need help. I don't know what to do in this area. I'm weak in this area. I'm vulnerable here. So, that reaching out is very important. Recently, I read a news today morning that deputy collector in Ooty committed suicide. Not able to tolerate stress. The answer is very simple. If she would have reached out to someone, she would have got a solution. So, when it comes to vulnerability, don't have a fear for vulnerability. Reach out is a key. Now, coming to the third speech, third speaker is Toastmaster Sanjeev, and he is going to deliver his speech from the same project. Since the project is going to be the same, I am not inviting the evaluator. Let me call upon Toastmaster Sanjeev on stage. Sanjeev is basically a real estate. Sanjeev is working in real estate industry. And Toastmaster Sachi, the key to unlock your full potential. The key to unlock your full potential, Toastmaster Sachi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Viraj. Can someone name an exercise that's make a healthy body? Okay,
Swimming,
right,
yoga.
exactly. Friends, the fact is there is no one single exercise that's take care of all the requirement for a healthy body. Someone said running. Yes, running has got multiple benefits. In our Medley club itself, I have seen a lot of marathon runners. I am really happy for them. As a gymmer for last 5 years, I have observed that a lot of people, especially women, are doing only cardio exercise. They will come to the gym, get into a treadmill or cycling machine, do it for 1 hour and leave. They do not realize that they are missing one important aspect of training, which is called strength training. Now, let me tell you the difference between a strength training and a cardio exercise. Any activity that raises your heart rate for a certain period of time is called cardio exercise or cardiovascular exercise. During this time, your body uses more oxygen to get the energy, in turn burn calories. Strength training is an activity where it involves lifting weights. This can be your body weight also. This will contract your muscle and it will become bigger and strong. This is the reason we have to do the strength training. Why? To build muscle. Why do we need to build muscle? Anyone? Why we have to build muscles?
This burn energy.
Right.
Always battle at the play.
Right. Thank you. Building muscles is essential for everyone, not to just like a Superman and impress people. It has got many benefits. One, it increases your metabolism. In simple words, metabolism is a chemical activity where a body converts food into energy. Muscle tissue burns more calories compared to a fat tissue, which means that if you have more muscles, your metabolic rate will be higher. Second, injury prevention. Strong muscles supports and stabilize your joints, which reduce the risk of injuries. And it is crucial for day-to-day activities like running, climbing, lifting, or carrying, or even walking. As we age, we lose muscles, which can lead to increased risk of falls. Hence, maintaining muscle mass is crucial for long-term independence. Third, bone health. Strength training which build muscle also strengthen your bone by increasing your bone density. This will prevent a condition called osteoporosis, where your bones are getting weaker. And the fourth one, mental health, improved mental health. Generally, any exercise, especially strength training, release endorphins, which improves your mood and reduce the anxiety and depression. And the confidence and self-esteem that's come from the physical strength can enhance your mental well-being as well. Now we understood the advantages of strength training. While cardio activities are good for your heart health, endurance, and calorie burning, solely depending upon cardio without incorporating strength training can have some potential drawbacks. It may create hormonal imbalance. The studies have revealed that excessive cardio without proper rest and nutrition can lead to hormonal imbalance. For example, it can increase the cortisol level. So cortisol is basically a stress hormone which can increase your blood pressure, which can cause the insulin resistance and fat retention. Second drawback, muscle loss. Cardio primarily burns your calories, so which can lead to muscle loss if you are not taking proper enough protein and engaging in strength training. Muscle loss can lead to again the decreased metabolism, which means you may start gaining weight. In summary, though cardio activities are good for your heart health and endurance, it should ideally be combined with the strength training for increased metabolism and maintaining muscle mass and prevent injuries. The balanced approach will ensure you will have a overall health and long-term fitness. I would like to request everyone who is doing or only running and cycling, please do start doing the strength training exercise. To start with, you can use your body weight. You can do push-up, you can do pull-ups, you can do even squats. For others who never started any kind of exercise, please do, so that we can meet in Medley for longer years. Thank you.
Thank you. That was an eye-opener speech, why we need strengthening exercise. Definitely, I will start up personally from tomorrow. And what are the 3 reasons Toastmasters achieve said why muscles are important? The reasons why we need muscles. Increase metabolism. Prevent injury. Oh, okay. Among the 3, which one you did not know earlier? Just a new thing. Bone health. Okay. Anything? Anybody? For me, all the 3 were new. Thank you, Toastmasters. Sajeev. Now the next speaker is our Toastmaster Roni Sunny. He is going to deliver his speech from Presentation Mastery. Before I call upon Toastmaster Roni Sunny, I will call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Shankar, to elaborate his speech.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Roni, is going to give a speech from researching and presenting. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn and review the basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any other topic. Do all the best, Toastmaster Roni.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Today, when I asked Roni about his vulnerable area, he said when he joined Toastmasters, he was a little bit vulnerable to prepare speeches and deliver it and get feedback from others. He was a little bit afraid, but after coming to Toastmasters, after gaining experience, he feels confident when he thinks how far he has traveled from the day in which he joined Toastmasters and today what he is. So that is what he said when it comes to the vulnerability, right? So let me call upon Toastmaster Roni Sunny on stage. Toastmaster Roni, thank you for smoking. Thank you for smoking, Toastmaster Roni.
years. This is okay.
Yeah.
Camera, I hope you have not started. A passionate smoker once told, if smoking is not allowed in heaven, I shall not smoke. What do you think about it, Toastmaster Thomas?
Smoking is dangerous to health. It causes cancer.
How much do you think this cigarette costs?
40 rupees.
40 rupees. Close. Yeah, a little more than that. This costs 18 rupees. Now, I was a smoker and I used to smoke 10 of these in a day. So I did a simple math. And I thought if I had accumulated all that money, and invested in an SIP, so it's the norm now, right? With a modest return of 25% for 5 years' time, how much money do you think I would have ended up with? Any guesses? Approximately 6.5 lakhs. Now, do you know anyone who smokes? Have you come across people who smoke? People close to you? Yes? Do you think if you showed them this math, they would stop smoking? Definitely not. Do you think I have 6.5 lakhs in my bank account? I wish, but no. But what I do have is 6.5 lakh hours of time that I've saved by not smoking. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll move on to the presentation. In the context or course of this presentation, what you will see is that we'll try to decipher some of the seemingly simple but complicated reasons why people get hooked down to smoking and what can we do to get out of it. We'll start off by seeing why smoking is dangerous. These are some known facts. As per WHO report, smoking accounts for nearly, you can keep guessing, okay, nearly so much deaths every year in India. It's in lakhs, 13.5 lakhs deaths every year in India. India is the dash largest consumer and producer of tobacco in the world. Any guesses? Second largest consumer and producer of tobacco. Dash percentage of adults in India uses tobacco according to the global tobacco audit. 15%? Bang on. Almost 29% of adults in India use some or the other kind of tobacco products. The total economic cost that is associated with tobacco use and the diseases and medical expenses, $27.5 billion. To put some context to it, that is similar to the revenue of TCS in 2023. 90% of all lung cancer deaths in men and 80% in women are caused by smoking. Adding to that, all the list of all these diseases, right, that are listed here are caused directly or indirectly by smoking. Now, what has the government done? It has introduced, graphic-based health warnings on combustible cigarettes. 85% of front and back should be covered in this. Heated tobacco products in e-cigarettes have been banned. Tax rate on cigarettes are 57.6%, but ITC is still one of the most profitable companies in the Indian market. Moderate smoking bans with moderate levels of compliance, moderate advertising bans, moderate levels of compliance were enforced in 2022. Emphasize on moderate. What has the government overlooked? As per the WHO report, I would like to draw your attention to law bans internet sales of tobacco products. No. Law bans imitation of tobacco products. No. Minimum age at which a person can buy 18. Law bans sale of single sticks of cigarette. No. Having known all these things, why is smoking still prevalent is the question. Number one, availability, right? I stay in Tiruvamur. By the time I reach Desert Rose, I have already crossed 20 shops which sell cigarettes. And believe it or not, it is even available in Swiggy Instamart. I can smoke, I order for a smoke sitting inside my house. Affordability. This is 18 bucks. There are smokes which are there for 14 bucks and 10 bucks as well. Lack of awareness. Some people think that vapes and e-cigarettes are safer. They are absolutely not. There are menthol cigarettes available with flavor, which are even more harmful than normal cigarettes. There are many loopholes in laws, right? Minors are smoking cigarettes. You get shiny, grainy, and all these things in many of the shops. And it is socially accepted also. Our movies are full of smoking and drinking these days, right? Our tech parks, airports, everywhere, smoking is allowed. Smoking is a socially accepted norm. Now we come to the critical point, how to stop or quit smoking. For that we need to understand a little bit of science as to how habits are formed. So basically habits are formed with 4 different steps. So there is a cue, then there is a craving, then there is a response and a reward. 2 parts are part of the problem and 2 parts are part of the solution. So cue is basically you are stressed out, right? And you feel stuck and you want to relieve your frustration. The response that you give is you pick up a cigarette and you smoke. That releases endomorphins and you feel relieved and stress free. The problem, the unique problem with smoking is that you can have multiple cues. Like you're feeling cold, you're having a drink, your friends are smoking, you have to wait for 5 minutes, only one solution, smoke away. You feel relieved and satisfied. So how do you break out of it? Basically you reverse the things, right? The cue that you already have, you make it invisible. So if you are a smoker, identify yourself as a non-smoker, as someone who never smoked. You make it unattractive, right? You get an accountability partner. You ask someone to tell you, keep telling you that it's not good, it's not good. You make a response by making it difficult, right? You go cold turkey, you don't touch it at all, or you reduce it, or you substitute with a better habit like a gym. Or you reward yourself by celebrating milestones and using smoking habits. By this, I hope that you will take my word and not smoke again. Thank you for not smoking.
Thank you. Wonderful message. And now a question to you. What is the tax for cigarettes? 57.6%. Now who will say thank you for smoking?
Government.
Government will say thank you for smoking. So that was a wonderful speech, well covered. And now the next is most interesting part of this Toastmasters meeting, that is table topic session. In order to conduct this table topic session, today unfortunately we couldn't get today our table topic master did not come. So our president was in a vulnerable situation. But she casually handled. Why not? There is a DTM. She has brought a wonderful DTM for the table topic session. So converting a vulnerable situation into an opportunity. So we have our distinguished Toastmaster, Sundar Raman sir, to conduct our table topic session. Let me invite DTM Sundar Raman.
And qualification.
Before getting into this table topic session, let me ask the timer regarding any disqualifications for prepared speeches.
Happy to announce that there is no disqualification.
That's
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and a guest. So Toastmaster International, all of you know that it is prime purpose is to hone the speaking skills as well as leadership skills. So when they mean speaking skills, it is not limited to prepared speeches. They also expect the members to come out with the impromptu speaking skills, and that is the reason throughout the globe, whichever club you visit, apart from prepared speech, apart from evaluation, table topic is always there. Table topic is nothing but impromptu speech for just 2.5 minutes. So now today we will call people. I'll just read out the topic and then invite the person. The first topic is, I am not arguing, I am just explaining why I am right. May I call upon our Charter President, Distinguished Toastmaster VN Subramanian.
Intrepid. 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 Fearless.
Intrepid.
Intrepid. Intrepid. Intrepid.
PED.
PID, sir.
Distinguished Toastmaster VN Subramanian. I am not arguing, I am just explaining why I am right. I am not arguing, I am just explaining why I am right. VN Subramanian.
Mr. Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. I wanted to start with the interpret word of the day. Although I don't know what is it to be. I thought it is interpret. Anyway, I interpret it as interprint. Have you noticed that what is the easiest job in the world? Easiest job in the world is to give advice. You observe others. Everybody is giving advice. Don't smoke. Don't drink. And in Toastmasters they say, don't use sex, politics and religion. All the interesting topics. How much interesting, what amount of interest in talking about sex? Don't talk. I am not going to argue. I am only trying to explain things which is better than now. I request Toastmasters International to take up these taboos. Talk about politics, there is nothing wrong. Everybody is talking about politics. Over to you, Mr. Sullivan.
As it is, Toastmasters International does not have any restriction on taboo topics. It is mostly the clubs, they make a decision to avoid a confrontation within the members. They don't want arguments to happen after the meeting. So that is the reason the clubs stipulate that taboo topics are not spoken. For the second topic would be, I am not lazy, I am energy saving mode. I am not lazy, I am energy saving mode. Toastmaster Priya. She was sitting in the last row on energy saving.
Not lazy, I'm in an energy saving mode. Yeah. So I've been there for a short period where I was not in Toastmasters. It doesn't mean I'm a lazy goose sitting at home, not coming to Medley. It's just like I'm saving my energy. I'm just collecting all my knowledge through the videos that we share it in the YouTube, so that I can gain and see how my competitors are there, so I can prepare my speeches better for the forthcoming days. So it's not like I am lazy, I'm just optimizing all my energy. Being an introvert person, I wanted to share this in front of everyone. And today, from morning, it is a very good start. I was into this contests, and there were so many speeches that were happening, which was very nice. And afternoon, again, I have come to this session to attend to hear all the speeches and attend the session. So it is not like I'm lazy, I'm just optimizing my energy to bring a big show. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So next, third speaker, I would call upon Toastmaster Narendra. I always arrive late at the office, but I make it up for it by leaving early. I always arrive late at the office, but I make it up for it by leaving early.
This is a very interesting topic, my favorite topics, Master. It's kind of apt too. I'm a firm believer of the fact that it's not the number of hours that we spend in doing something, but what we do in that number of hours. So, say for example, if somebody comes to the office late, but if they leave early, sometimes they can accomplish more than a person who stays from morning till night. And the same can be said for other things as well. There are people who say that, like for example, not to contradict this person, but Elon Musk says that if somebody is working 40 hours a week and you're working 120 hours a week, you would naturally get more things done, but it's not always the case. Because somebody could spend that 40 hours working in an extremely optimal manner that could make up for the 120 hours that another person is working. It's not always a case of work and time. So it doesn't matter when you start and when you end, that is when you enter the office and when you leave, but what you do in that in-between time. And we should also be aware of ourselves, our energy levels, and how our mind works and how our body works in order to work in an optimal fashion. Right? So it's not just about how we plan, and it's not just about making a timetable, it's also about understanding what our capabilities are and the way our energy flows. So say for example, some people work efficiently in the morning, some people work efficiently in the night. So you have to understand what your body and what your mind does and what your mind is more comfortable with, and then work according to that and make the most. It doesn't matter how long it is, but make the most of whatever optimal time that you have in a day, and try to accomplish a lot.
Thank you so much. Next, I will call upon Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Common sense is like a deodorant. The people who need it most never use it. Common sense is like a deodorant. The people who need it most never use it. Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas.
I forgot. I'm eligible to talk on this topic. Seriously, at one level, who uses deodorant? I think there's a little psychological issue. If you're not confident, if you're not true, if you're not happy with yourself, you come up with props. That's what I believed. Till I realized, as we heard today, our first prize winner who gave a speech about how he wore the same shirt for a week. I'm talking about Bharat, brave Bharat, who won on our behalf the first prize today at Yuma. Like when he said that having the same dress, having to wear and move in a group, he had to do something. But he had no money. So therefore, I have no problem about wearing deodorant. Only thing is, my wife gets a headache when I use deodorant. So I have no option but to come out. Do you know why I never miss a Medley meeting? By the way, Madam President, why there is no award for maximum attendance? Please consider it in your next meeting. So therefore, deodorant is become a requirement. It's not a question of who needs it. Everybody needs it so long as they are close to it. Physically, I mean. Therefore, especially in a place like Chennai, it's common sense. Since you talked about common sense, let me include that word also so that judges give me mark for that. Common sense tells me that I must use deodorant for the sake of others, not for me to prop up my ego. I'm quite comfortable with myself, with my skin. Therefore, I use deodorant. But again, each man and woman have their own reasons. So I have no advice to give, as our DTM correctly said. I'm just explaining how I deal with it. Each of you, we are a democracy, as we know, right? Each of you decide what you would like to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Then I'll call upon Mr. Pramod. The road to success is always under construction. The road to success is always under construction. Mr. Pramod.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. The road to success is a journey. It's not about the destination. It's about showing up at the meeting every week, week after week. And it's always under construction because I, as a Toastmaster, am a work in progress. And I'm not sure if I will ever be complete. Because if there is a system which considers me complete, then that system itself is a work in progress. And that is why we have evaluation, we have judges, we have project after project. So I'm glad to hear that this is a journey and not a destination for me to succeed in. Sometimes simply showing up shows that the Toastmaster is quite intrepid. Unless we show up, we cannot fail. And unless we fail, we can never succeed. And this is why this road to success will always be under construction. And I'm glad to say that I'm taking a part in the construction of this road towards my success. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Pramod. Next, I'll call upon Toastmaster Deepan. My life is like a camera. I keep forgetting to focus. My life is like a camera. I keep forgetting to focus. Toastmaster Deepan. Say something about focusing, concentration, focusing. Prioritize, focusing, anything once. Okay. A candle does not lose anything by lighting another candle. A candle does not lose anything by lighting another candle. Thank you. So I will call guest Balamurugan. You already heard the topic. A candle does not lose anything by lighting another candle.
Yes. When sir said about this topic, suddenly what hit my mind is two things. One is seniors teaching to juniors in industries, and another one is about teachers. And what happens is when a junior comes into an, like, I'm working in IT industry, so my mind goes in that way, like when a junior comes into an team, consider junior comes into a team, the senior have to teach a lot of things to the junior, so he can learn a lot of things, but still senior, like the senior is not going to that level. He is teaching a lot of things, so he will also understand the things deeply. This is my first day in Toastmasters, so I'm a little bit nervous.
Thank you.
Guest Uma McGee. Why do they call it rush hour when nothing moves? Why do they call it rush hour when nothing moves? Guest Uma. I'm not going to sit here because the topic speakers they keep staring at me. Here's the other, another topic. Your favorite author or favorite book?
Favorite book. My favorite author is Chetan Bhagat. I read some of his books, especially the movies taken based on his movie Three Idiots. So he's my favorite author, and I like the way he wrote the books. It's very easily understandable and comparable. Also, some eye-opening scenarios, and so I like to reading his books. There is no complex English in those books, and it is very easy for non-native speakers like me. That's it.
Guest Medley Toastmasters. My brain is like a browser, too many tabs open and I am clueless. My brain is like a browser, too many tabs open and I am clueless. Guest Medley Toastmasters.
So the topic is my brain is like a browser and there are too many tabs open. And I'm running Windows XP and we are on Windows 11 right? Too many tabs. Alright. There are too many tabs. One is playing music, one is work, one is college, and I have too many aces up my sleeve and there's only one card with me, that's my ID card. I lied. This is my school ID card, but I'm in college. In college, we still haven't gotten our ID cards. So, the device is too old. I'm trying to catch up to the current software and too many tabs open. Thank you, sir.
Can I invite guest Senthil Kumar? Never put off until tomorrow what he can do the day after tomorrow. Never put off until tomorrow what he can do the day after tomorrow. Another topic. Your favorite city or favorite tourist place? Your favorite tourist place?
This is my first day. Instead of my tourist place, I will talk about my favorite city. So favorite city, obviously Chennai only. So the city only make me in my life total transformation. So initially, I am from village. I am from nearby Tanjavur district. So I did my college diploma. Then I directly come to Chennai. I don't know what to do. So with my friend reference, I got in a laptop showroom to sell the laptop. So there only my journey started. After that, I learned. So what are the potentials I have? I can learn what are the areas potential in Chennai. So I know about the software industry. Then I joined the college and at part time I have to learn the software skills and learn the code. Those are the things. So now I am working in IT company. So as a senior developer. Thank you.
So the last speaker for the table topic session would be guest Shikesh. You want a simple one? Time and tide wait for none. Time and tide wait for none. Tide means waves. So you don't wait for anyone. So it keeps on moving. Time and basically about time.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Time and tide wait for nothing. As we see, time moves on every second, and it doesn't wait for anyone and anything in the world. So we have to be strict about our actions, what we are doing, and what decisions we are taking in our life. Similarly, sir said example, the tides doesn't wait for anyone.
One more minute.
Now coming to time management, it's the most important thing in anyone's career. With time management comes the discipline, where we can achieve good things and move towards the success.
Thank you so much all Toastmasters members and their guests. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. So though I was sitting in a vulnerable position where most of the time the speakers were staring at me, so I tried to avoid eye contact. So I enjoyed it. Timer, can you please read out all the qualified tabletop speakers' names?
Toastmasters Gurumi sir have taken 2 minutes of time.
No, just names of the qualified speakers.
Okay. Only name, right?
Only name.
Venus Gurumi sir, Toastmaster Priya, Toastmaster Naren, Toastmasters Amos sir, Toastmaster Pramod, and guest Sanjay Kumran, and guest Srikesh.
Thank you, Jaibar. Please vote for the best tabletop speakers. We have received the ballot thing. Now let me hand over podium back to the Toastmasters. Thank you so much.
Thank you, table topic master. On the spot table topic master. Thank you so much for your contribution today. Now, so far we have been discussing about the vulnerability as a theme. In what way? Why? You would have seen the poster. I think Jayashree has come out with a fantastic poster that there is a web and there is a door and somewhat like spooky. What do you understand by the image? What is the image says? Can anybody say, discuss?
I thought vulnerability is the word of the day.
Any idea? What is the idea she would have? Scary, yes.
It doesn't allow you to go.
Yes, actually, there are just web. It is just a web. We are just looking at the web and we are afraid of that web. But the reality is, if you just remove the web and open the door, that leads to opportunities. So that is the concept of the design. And that is the ultimate objective of this book written by Brady Brown, A Daring Great Leap. I think if you have time, you should definitely read at this point of time. So, and when it comes to Toastmaster meeting, I always feel that this evaluation and feedback is a very, I feel that is a little bit difficult and vulnerable because it takes courage to give feedback. Because we are not, what the other person will think, whether he will take it in the right sense or not. You should, it's difficult. It puts you in a vulnerable format, but still, the Toastmaster is something taught me how to give feedbacks, how to handle the situations like that. So in order to handle, but this evaluation session is the most important part of a Toastmaster session. So let me invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Kalyani, to conduct this evaluation.
Good evening once again. Now we are going to the evaluation session, that is speech evaluations. So the first evaluator is, she is a passionate Toastmaster and a proud Medley. And she will make us to make a U-turn by her evaluation. Welcome, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmasters.
evening, Medleyians and guests and Toastmaster Harvey. Where is the real treasure hidden? Harani, in life there are certain messages that are golden, like gold. How many other times that we hear that message, the audience don't get bored of it. Like gold, those messages are always relevant to the present circumstances, and like gold, the message, that particular message is always valuable. Today you conveyed one such message, look within, which I consider it as a golden message. Now, what are those areas of your speech that I liked? Firstly, you employed a very powerful tool, which is narrating a story to convey that message so that your audience is able to relate well to that message, and they would also be able to remember the message that you had in your story after a very long time after you had delivered your speech. So, well thought choice of employing the tool called a story. The second thing is, I like the way that you narrated the story. The pace at which you narrated was pleasant. When I was sitting as an audience member, I was able to clearly understand each and every word that you spoke during the narration of the story, and you beautifully employed pauses to emphasize the important points or to build vivid imagery, be it unpleasant weather or frightening circumstances within when that person was traveling in the forest, or when he had all those doubts and questions when he found the treasure box in the field. You were able to build that vivid imagery. And lastly, in the conclusion, you had a series of questions thrown at the audience, which I found to be thought-provoking. Having a very powerful tool in your hand, which is a story, one area which I thought you would have done better is, I felt that you abandoned your powerful tool too early in your speech. Now you had three good messages: power of self, self-love, and to know the self-worth. And you also mentioned that the farmer had certain defining movements during the journey in the forest. Now, what was those defining moments that helped him to understand the importance? When did he realize that he should know his self-worth and should not settle for less? Or what was that defining moment? What had happened in the forest where he felt that he should be less harsh on himself and should practice self-love? Or what happened in the forest where, he learned the power of self? I wish that you had hold on to that tool a little more so that you can unleash the features. In conclusion, you had a very beautiful message to convey to the audience. Just that please don't abandon your tool. Unleash all the features of the tool in your future speeches. On the general evaluation.
Our second evaluator is Product Director for Digital Sustainability. He is now going to sustain the speech by his evaluation. Welcome, Toastmaster Ramesh.
Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, my target speaker is Toastmaster Balaji. The purpose of this particular speech project is all about writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech. Do you all agree from his speech he has met the purpose? There is a purpose in his speech, right? Give a good round of applause and kudos to Toastmaster Balaji. I have 5 things to share which I liked the most in your speech. The number one is about the way you have written the story. Nicely written the script and in a chronological way. And moreover, it has all from your personal story that is closer to your heart. That's the reason it has come very, while delivery also you are able to do it in a flawless manner. So the narration of the whole story and script is awesome. Second is you have a natural talent of good storytelling skills. The way posture you have, and then the pace at which you deliver the speech, And I really see that there is something hidden talent in you in telling a kind of a story in any form. You have that talent. Third, when you are delivering the speech, like you are very calm and composed, but that story demands that because of the work-life balance and all those things. So it's very well apted in this script. So you're very calm and composed and all those things. That's the gesture is superb. Hats off to that kind of posture for this particular speech. And the fourth one is about, I would say that you are an intrepid adventurer, because you identify the problem from your personal life, the work-life balance, and you are able to solve this problem through ways and techniques. So that's how I see that you are an adventurer in this. Fifth one is about the very comfort level and confident in delivering the speech. No kind of, I don't see any kind of a discomfort in front of the stage. You're very confident, and that's really good actually in this level. There are two areas which I want to, if I were in your position, there are two things which I will give as a recommendation. Number one is about the modulation, vocal variety. You are all throughout the speech, same tone, and there is no modulation. So if you look at the Basha movie, why it was successful because of Manikam. So you need to extreme, when you are narrating the work-life balance, you should have taken to the extreme case. What happened? Why you wanted to solve the problem? Everybody knows work-life balance. We are not solving and we are not meeting Muthu Anna. For you it triggered, right? That what is that inflection point? There you had an opportunity to narrate in a very nice modulation. I was fumbled and trumped. No, something you would have taken to the worst scenario. That is a kind of an opportunity you would have taken. So vocal variety is one area maybe you can improve upon in your speech in the upcoming. And the second one is about in Toastmasters we all learn about how a good speech, like any other movie review, right? Hey, first off is okay man, second off drag it. Like that in Toastmasters also, a clear opening, a body and conclusion is very important. How you open and how you narrate all those things. I liked the way you narrated the full story in the body of the content is very good. And conclusion is also powerful, very good, excellent. Because you are able to sell your idea, go and then do some yoga, that's excellent. But the opening, you would have opened up with a strong opening so that you could have captured the audience. With this, congratulations, thank you.
Our third evaluator is, she likes to drive on the road, just like she looks for the bumps and the wrong turn. She's here to evaluate, aiming for a smooth journey. Let's welcome Toastmasters Santana to evaluate the third speaker.
Thank you, G. Good afternoon all. Toastmaster Sajeev had given a very much energetic speech today. So I agree with Jayarajan that it was an eye-opener on strengthening exercise, right? So it's quite informative. The speech is very much, it had a very clear message. So now let's get into the positives of Sajeev's speech. So he started with a question. So it's very simple and it is very easy for anyone to answer. So that made the connection with the audience. And not only in the beginning, even in the middle also you are asking questions. So that made the audience to connect with your speech completely. And you have a well-structured, Sajeev's speech has been very well-structured. It had a good opening, a strong beginning, is really half done. So it has a good beginning, and also it has well-structured. It has the positives, negatives of strength training, and also what are the do's and don'ts. And finally, you covered how to bring the strengthening training out, which I thought you would be missing out, but you covered that as well. And your conclusion is almost very strong. So your conclusion again reinforced the message, the strength training. So by that, you made the connection with the audience, and also it brought, finally when you told about Medleyians living long lives to meet the Medleyans, that almost brought smile on everyone. And your delivery part is very much appreciated. So your voice is very strong, and your tone, your pitch, and the pace and the transitions, everything is very much appreciated. Coming to the improvements, okay, you told about the strengthening exercise, which is quite informative for everyone. But if you want to make that message strong, you have to bring in more data points or statistics. Say, for example, if you do this twice or thrice, it would reduce the osteoporosis by 20%, for example. So that would linger in your mind. For such informative messages, you can bring such points, data points, to make this message more stronger. And also, you could have told about any personal story or any other story that would be a powerful tool to make your speech more impactful. So on the whole, your speech is very much, it's very quite informative, and you have met all your objectives. And when you incorporate some of the improvements, I think you can make a very impactful speech in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Our last evaluator he's also a data scientist who plays with numbers, and now he's going to play with words again. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tony, for giving us such a wonderful speech that is a need of our for younger generation. I didn't realize that 29% of our population is addicted with smoking. Let me tell you what are the things which I was impressed about your speech. First, title itself. When I see the title, "Thank you for smoking," it just gives some kind of a curiosity what you are going to speak about it. Next, opening line. When you are here and opening about the cigarette, I was thinking that what he is going to do that, whether he is signaling the cigarette or not, that kind of the curiosity which you talk about. Next, very important thing on that, you connected with the audience. I think most of the audience are answering your questions. And since it's a research topic, you are very well researched and putting with all the presentations point, and most of us answered your questions. And third, very important thing on discussing about the statistical information. When you talk about the statistical information, you need to have a comparison. Then only you can very well relate it with the statistical information. For example, you talk about TCS revenue of 257 billion. Then I realized that, wow, we are spending 257 billion of revenue for just smoking off or just consuming of the cigarette. Very well done. And the last point which I really amazed about, you're not discussing about only a problem. You're also giving the solution what to do. That 4Q. And last, one very important thing, you are full of the confidence and speaking with the audience and coming here, taking up the questions. That was superb. And some of the things which I feel that could have improved on this speech, especially for, as I mentioned, that it is a need of our. One, I felt that the conclusion is little abrupt. Probably you could have talked about some kind of the personal story where some of your friends or the family, it's not only that person affected along with that family affected. That could have added, let's say, for more brownie point for you. And second very important thing is that I'm not sure whether you have discussed about, you are talking about, you are the smoker. I'm not sure whether what kind of the technique you have used to quit the smoking. And third very important thing is that since it is a very interesting topic, when you are discussing some kind of topic here, probably you can come and ask the audience or take the pledge, go, let's say go your home and take at least one person and try to convince not to smoke for a day, at least a time. You have sourced this information. That information is missing. Overall, it was very nicely articulated, and you have intermediate put it here and portrayed all kind of the information. Probably if you could have worked on some of the improvement, then next speech will be the best speech of yours.
Timer, can you please be the qualified evaluators?
Toastmasters Mumbi, Toastmasters Sindhara and Toastmasters Encouragement.
Thank you. Now I hope you all enjoyed the evaluation session and the whole session of the day. Now let me invite the tag team for their reports. I invite Toastmaster Pradeep to tell the timings.
As the timer already told that, the time already told that if everybody use the value of his, he will back. But unfortunately, few people are not used, so I have taken responsibility to update the times. I will come one by one. First, the speech. Toastmaster Harley completed time for 6 minutes 56 seconds. Toastmaster Balaji has completed 6 minutes 23 seconds, and Toastmaster Sanjeev has completed 6 minutes 19 seconds. Toastmaster Ronnie is 7 minutes 22 seconds. And for table topic, BNS sir has completed 2 minutes. Toastmaster Priya has completed 1 minute 10 minutes, 1 minute 10 seconds. Toastmaster Narendra has completed 1 minute 47 seconds. Toastmaster Thomas sir has completed 1 minute 48 seconds. Toastmaster Pramod has completed 1 minute 19 seconds. Toastmaster Deepan has completed 1 minute 8 seconds. And guest Balamunga has completed 59 seconds. Umar Mahesh has completed 58 minutes. Guest Melu Saxena has completed 0.42 minutes. And guest Sandil Kumar has completed 1 minute 5 seconds. And guest Srikesh has completed 1 minute 3 seconds. Following with the speech evaluation, Toastmaster Sugandhi has completed 3 minutes 26 seconds. Guest Toastmaster Ramesh has completed 4 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Srinidhi has completed 2 minutes 39 seconds. And Toastmaster Sunka has completed 3 minutes 30 seconds. Thank you.
Now I request Toastmaster Amrita to do our project.
I am here with the accountant report. Few people had really good clean speeches. Toastmaster Balaji, Toastmaster Saji, Toastmaster Ronnie, and Toastmaster Pramod had a clean speech. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Vijayarajan had a few R's and a couple of So's. Toastmaster Pradeep had quite a few R's. That can be avoided. Toastmaster Kalyani Abhirami also had a clean speech actually. Toastmaster Sugandhi had a couple of R's and repeated the word the a couple of times. Toastmaster Harini had a couple of R's, very few. Toastmaster Sundarraman also a negligible number of R's. Toastmaster VNS clean speech. Toastmaster Priya almost clean speech. Toastmaster Narendra had quite a few R's, ers, and so's. This can be avoided. Toastmaster Thomas sir had just 1 R, insignificant. Toastmaster Deepan, guest Bala Murugan had quite a few R's, noticeable. Guest Uma Mahesh, guest Mehul Saxena had like a few R's and not really noticeable. Toastmaster Senthil Kumar had, guest Senthil Kumar had many R's and many So's. That should be avoided. Toastmaster Ramesh had a bunch of R's, ers, so, that, and etc. Toastmaster Sundara had a few R's. That's it for the R. Thank you.
Let me welcome Toastmaster Abhirami to the grammarian.
Good evening. Firstly, I am pleased to say that 3 members used the word of the day in their speech today. Thank you, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, Toastmaster Pramod, and Toastmaster Ramesh. Thank you. And my sincere apologies that I missed to bring the printout for word of the day. So the word of the day is not visible clearly. I guess that's one of the reasons for less usage of word of the day. I encourage everyone to continue challenging themselves by using the word of the day in the future meetings. Further, I would like to highlight some of the good usage of language. Toastmaster Prada used positive environment, empowerment. Toastmaster Vijayarajan, it takes courage to give feedback. Toastmaster Roni used decipher. Toastmaster Harini used the real treasure is to be discovered within ourselves. self-esteem, self-compassionate, self-confidence, self-love, and so on. Toastmaster Balaji used work-life balance, significant impact of yoga. Toastmaster Sajeev used confidence and self-esteem, health and endurance. Our distinguished Toastmaster Shuganti mentioned that look within, present, beautifully employed, with vivid image, a thought-provoking, comfort level and confident. Toastmaster Pramod mentioned unless failure there will be no success. Toastmaster Pradeep used value time. In conclusion, the use of language today was engaging and dynamic with only a few areas to work on. I encourage everyone to keep expanding their vocabulary and fine-tuning their grammar. Thank you.
So, overall, how was the session? And first of all, kudos to the DP for creating the group and following it with all the role players and making the necessary changes. And the meeting, regarding the meeting, the room was set before, yes, all guests were welcomed, and meeting opening, everything was done at the best. Though the start of the meeting was 3 minutes late, we are on time. And regarding the Toastmaster of the day, he did a wonderful job by making everyone attentive, by asking questions in between, which was really an interactive one. Table topic master he was the senior most, but though he had some tough topics, he gave easy topics to the guests, and he also made everyone to participate in the table topics. And regarding the observations, the projector and the lights would have been set up earlier and not disturbing between meetings. And the second one was the word of the day could be put in the group, because we have more newcomers and guests. They can use it. It will be easy even for me. Today I did not use the word of the day. Maybe it is put in the group means we would have used it better. I'll hand over to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Vijay.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator. It was a wonderful feedback. Coming to the theme of the day, and there is a connection between today's contest and today's theme of the day. Not only today's contest, in all the contests, all the winners, and today's theme of the day has a connection. Can somebody tell what is the connection? Especially Thomas sir, you analyzed a lot of speeches. All the speeches have one variable, that is
vulnerability gets everybody's empathy,
absolutely,
including judges.
Yes. Once upon a time it was a vulnerability, but that vulnerability will bring you prizes that will make a win. You can use that vulnerability to your success. And almost all the speeches, I will tell almost 900 out of 100 speeches would be based on their vulnerability. Even today our speaker from Bharat, what is his speech is all about? About his dress. He did not have a dress on that particular day, he felt vulnerable, and that he converted into a humorous speech. Whether it is a humorous speech or a persuading speech, at last the speaker will be talking something about vulnerability which he faced at one point of time in his life. So come out of the fear of vulnerability. And the main reason why people feel vulnerable, the author says, is feeling of not enough. You're always comparing with others and feel that I don't have that car, I don't have that wealth, I don't have that knowledge, I don't have that skill set, I don't have this thing. Not enough. And one thing for sure is you are never going to be enough. When you are never going to be enough, how you can be strong? So be happy with what you are having, and we can do a lot of things with what we have. That is what the author says. And what are the negative things of not getting into this, not coming out of the fear of this vulnerability is, the author says, risk aversion. Today, how many entrepreneurs we have? Nobody is trying to
challenge something, take a risk, and do something extremely different. We are living in an age of, conform and pretending. And also, even with connections, the main thing the author discusses is the purpose of life. One point of time you will be happy with the connections what you have, how you have the real connections and purposeful connections. We are always, we don't want to show our vulnerability to people, to our friends or someone. In that case, how will you have meaningful connections? Just a Facebook connection. That will have no meaning to the connection. What kind of sharing will be there? Nothing. Many times you are afraid when we show the vulnerable, when we show the weakness to my friend, he may feel inferior. Author says, what is the use of that friend? You can find a real friend when you show who you are. That's what the author discusses about. And hope you all had a wonderful day today. As a protocol, you should say yes. Yes. The meeting went well. Meeting was interesting. Yes. So with this, I hand over the meeting to our president.
Thank you, TM Moody. Same question. Hope you all enjoyed today's meeting. Four very informative speeches, constructively judged and feedback given by four evaluators, and an interesting table topic session. First of all, I would like to thank all those members who made it for today's meeting right away from after attending the area contest, and all those guests and other members who attended and made this meeting a success. I would like to thank distinguished Toastmaster Sundaraman sir for readily accepting the TT master role at the very last moment due to an emergency dropout. Thank you, sir. Appreciation to the first time role player, Toastmaster Pradeep, as a timer. May I get some feedback from our guests? Yes, sir, you didn't get a chance to speak. Please give your feedback about today's meeting.
So I really very much enjoyed the way it's been connected. So like from the time, so like the time is perfectly slotted at the 2:55 p.m. and everyone are calculating the activity within the time before, and also the government and also the AH counter and our Toastmasters from the other side. So everyone doing it very, very good. I really enjoy the way like how it has been organized with the things are happening here in the Medley club. So I'd like to be part of this club, and I'd like to learn and then I would be become a Toastmaster of this. So I really thank you for everyone all for the efforts and the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your positive feedback. Any other guests who wanted to share your thoughts about today's meeting?
Coming to today's time, I'm very vulnerable to be in situations like this. In front of a lot of experienced people in terms of speaking and all. But also after listening those prepared speeches, I felt like they are very excellent. What else they can write? But the evaluation part is the very good thing here. After I had the evaluation, I felt like yes, these areas can be improved. Even though at my level of knowledge, I felt they are superb, but evaluators find out and give very valuable feedback. And when I see initially everyone is doing so good, so I may not be, but when I see some kind of people, when guests are struggling similar like me, I felt this is the best place to improve myself. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Definitely. I was like you in your position 2.5 years before when I came to this club first. Everybody started like this, and we gradually gained experience and learned from this meeting. So before I announce the result for today's meeting, I have an announcement regarding next week's meeting. Next week we have very important meeting. It is going to be based on the theme centennial year theme, and where we are going to get empowered from our past leaders. So all the role players are done, all roles are done by our past presidents. So we are going to have a great learning next week. So I request all the members not to miss next week's meeting in particular. So the announcement for today's meeting and the awards. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Pramod. The best role player is none other than our team Modi. Best tag role player is Timer Toastmaster Pradeep. Best speaker is Toastmaster Roni. Thank you for not smoking. I also give speeches against tobacco. And the best evaluator is my mentor, Toastmaster Shankar. With the sound of this gavel, I adjourn meeting number 803. Please join for the meeting.
Let us get this right.
See how confidently you are saying. Once they put their payment out,
So,